I see the Joker back there.
Yeah, that's on Swap Pro. That's tips and tricks for Batman Return of the Joker.
No, I heard that game was originally called Revenge of the Joker.
It is on one of the... Oh, I see. That's a joke, but it is actually called that on one of the systems.
Hey! My Joker joke.
I had a dumb joke recently, which I don't think will be good for anybody, but somebody on the PC Engine forum was talking about how they were having trouble with Bank 2. They're like these memory banks that you can switch between. And I was like, Bank 2? Don't you mean Bank's Revenge? I had a good time. Nobody responded to that.
Thank you so much for listening my podcast.
Oh.
This is episode 227 of Insert Credit,
Goodness.
a show where I ask the smartest people in video games I know the stupidest questions I can think of, all to the beat of a horrible buzzer. Mm-hmm. I'm Alex Jaffe, and I'm celebrating Mario Day by taking double damage after a buzzard stole my favorite hat.
Very nice. I'm Frank Cifaldi. I'm celebrating Mario Day by just going outside and picking some flowers. You know, not expecting fire powers or anything like that. Just some flowers.
Hello, I'm Tim Rogers, and I'm celebrating Mario Day by just running laps on Tokyo Highway Route 246 on my sweet Sony PlayStation with the Negicone controller and the original Gran Turismo. Thank you.
I'm gonna need some explanation.
Because it's driving a car real fast, and Mario does that sometimes.
I guess he does.
It's also literally what I'm actually doing.
That's
not
fair.
some kind of a joke. It's just literally what's going on over here.
All right. I appreciate you taking it seriously.
I'm Brandon Sheffield. I'm celebrating Mario Day by constantly rotating through the air, chewing my way up a waterfall, eating meat, and then getting really strong and angry. That's what I'm doing.
That's a good way to do it.
Yeah.
All right. So this is a show where I ask you a bunch of questions under a time limit. You do your best to answer them. We're recording this the day after Sony's March 9th, 2022 State of Play. Is there anything we want to talk about from that?
I watched that.
I have no idea what's going on. Sorry. I've not been paying attention in any way.
I watched it. You could blink and miss it, though, because it was really short. The thing that looked most interesting to me was the Lost Planet Dino Crisis Exotroopers that they're making. They're making Lost Planet 2 for the third time, which seems like a good idea. I don't know. There's like a black hole opens and sort of vomits dinosaurs down into the earth at regular intervals, and then a group of people in mech suits have to go and beat up the dinosaurs.
Exterminate the dinosaurs,
in squads of 4. Like, why not? I'll watch that. I'll play that.
Yeah, we got a Dino Crisis on our hands.
That's what I was saying.
I mean, yeah, it seems all right. I kind of was wondering why it wasn't just a Dino Crisis game.
Me too.
I thought, it has the girl from Dino Crisis in it. I don't know if you noticed that. It's got her. She's right there.
Yeah.
The girl with the red hair. So why isn't it just called Dino Crisis is the question.
It is a curious question.
I mean, you might as well. They don't want to encourage people to believe that they're going to just start bringing back the stuff that they like.
Yeah.
And Capcom's made a couple of things that people like, and people would like them to bring that stuff back. And if they were to just call this game Dino Crisis, they called a meeting at the last minute, and they're like, let's think of another name for this thing so that people don't expect us to just start bringing cool stuff back.
Yeah, what's it called? Exoprimal?
Exoprimal, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is, that's something, right?
It's fine.
I mean, it sounds like something. Just do they have the guts to pull it off? I don't think they do. I think that game's never coming out. I'm just kidding. I'm going to start pretending that I believe every game is just never going to happen.
Oh, we'll get into that more later.
I kind of feel that way.
Oh, I noticed a cool thing. Square Enix announced this game called Diofield Chronicles. You see that? It's kind of a Growlancer-like sort of pseudo real-time. Growlancer is, in case you're unfamiliar, a small-scale ogre battle, more or less, with a more of a Fire Emblem-sized party types.
Is it not Growlancer?
I call it Growlancer because it's funnier, but it is
Okay, fair enough.
Growlancer, yeah, if you want to get technical.
That's what Tim does on this podcast. He growl answers.
So that game looks real cool, and I really wish someone would hide the tilt shift button on the Square Enix graphics output machine that they have over there, because they're going a little too bonkers with that. It's looking like Instagram 2011 over at Square Enix. But I do think that game does look generally pretty neat in a way I like. And I noticed the one thing that made me sort of lol was the revelation that the composers of the music are the dude who did the music to Game of Thrones and the other dude who did some supplemental music to Game of Thrones, among other things. And I just remember I made a video for a website a while back, and I said that Octopath Traveler reminded me of Game of Thrones in a couple of places in the way certain things were configured. And I was like, I wonder if Japanese video game developers like Game of Thrones. And then I said, I can't be too sure, though, based on all of the Japanese video game developers I am friends with on Facebook who frequently are working on role-playing games. And they talk about Game of Thrones constantly. I'm wondering if they actually like Game of Thrones. And I got like 200 comments on there being like, not everything is Game of Thrones, you simpleton. Well, now there's Elden Ring, and now there's this game with music by literally the Game of Thrones guys. So I feel like I'm starting to look like I was right, which is a fun thing.
I was curious to get your read on the Cowabunga collection, since you're experienced men in collecting and archiving.
Oh, was that announced?
It was.
Yeah, that was announced.
I know about that.
I've got a mister, so I already have it.
Very nice.
It's very nice to already have that. I wouldn't give Konami money if you paid me to give them money. So that's my joke about that.
Was there a question for me, Jeffy? I heard my name.
Yeah, Frank, what could you tell us about this? You seem to know about it.
I probably owe them some scans.
I knew that it existed. That's what I knew. I knew that it was going to happen.
I'm not working on it. It's digital clips upstairs. I don't know. I hear stuff, but I don't know that I know anything that's not in the announcement. Assuming they announced the titles, I assume they did, right?
They did.
Okay, then I know some of the art that's what's in there because I provided it. But other than that, I don't know.
I think that their little the little frame that they have is not too bad because it's dark and then bright around the darkness and then dark again.
What's the collection called?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Cowabunga collection.
Not a bad name, if I do say so.
No.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I think the frame looks pretty good. I was kind of impressed with that. I guess we'll see how it goes. I wanted to talk a little bit about that Valkyrie profile, though, because that looks not good.
Valkyrie Elysium?
Yeah.
Oh, stop it. What do you mean it looks not good? It's a new Valkyrie profile game, and it's 60 FPS. Like, I don't know, man. Oh, what looks not good to you?
I think the
shader, the little bit of shader bananas going on, yeah.
They got some nonsense going on with that. But biggest thing is that it looks really empty, and it looks really simple. And it's possible that it won't be those things, but it's got very, open spaces with nothing in it, which is disappointing.
I'm just gonna. Did you play Valkyrie Profile 2?
I didn't.
Okay, so in other words, you're part of the reason that it's not a higher budget. Like, no offense, I played Valkyrie Profile 2. I loved it.
Even if I had played it, I wouldn't have paid full price for it. Like, that was never in the cards, so I don't know.
But no. See, you're mistaking paying retail price for a game for boosting the game's popularity. You don't need to pay for the game in order to have played it and mentioned it casually in conversation. So this is how the whole viral marketing craze kicked in, was just get the games into the hands of people. They play them, they talk about them. If you'd played it, you might have talked to somebody about it, and then that might have turned into it is a little bit your fault, yeah.
Oops.
So get blasted. You just got Brandon blasted. That's all there is to it.
I got a question for Brandon. How do you use video games to raise $3.5 million for relief in Ukraine in 3 days?
Well, there's a couple things that you do. One is everybody wants to do this already, and people are just looking for ways to help out, and so that part is easy. But another thing is, for people that don't know, we're talking about the itch.io game bundle for Ukraine that supports charities.
Which is still up if you're listening to this the day it goes out.
Yes, it is. It'll be up for a few more days after you listen to this. Yeah, so we were very careful about making sure that only paid games got in, because there were a lot of free games in past bundles, and I think that helps increase the value of the bundle while also decreasing the amount of time it takes to release the bundle. So we were able to do it much closer to events than some past bundles because we were able to move faster. Another thing is to get games that were not in other bundles and are still popular and relevant. Raw Fury, for example, signed up to itch in order to put their games out for this bundle. I think that helped. I also think that, as crude as it is, I think having our hero graphic be on top of the Ukrainian flag made it really easy for people to share and made it media friendly.
Yeah, you immediately know what it's about.
Yeah. And then past that, it's just like, I don't know, saying no to everybody's nonsense and making sure that the focus is on the bundle making money for charity, not necessarily, as rude as this may sound, not necessarily making developers feel good about themselves or making gamers feel like they are getting the best deal in the universe or making them happy. It's all about making sure that money gets generated for the charities. And so there have been a lot of people that have been mad at me about not putting in more games or about not being able to contribute after the deadline. And it's like, none of those things are going to help this bundle make more money. And I only care about that. I don't care about whether everybody feels fine. And I'm okay with being the bad guy on that because it's all about trying to actually do this, not spend forever spinning our wheels. So the end.
How did you curate this collection in such a short amount of time?
Oh, yeah. We had about 20 volunteers, many of whom were from the Insert Credit forums. So thanks to all of them. And it's very nice to have a group of people that you can basically trust to do things and be like, okay, we need to vet these 1,060 products in under a week. And so one person put all the games into a spreadsheet. And then the rest of us claimed games to vet, and then we called out problem areas, or if the game was free, then we rejected it, etc., etc. And yeah, it was great. It was nice having all those Insert Credit people. We also had some tabletop RPG people that came and helped. I tried to sort of game director myself out of having it be a lot of work, and it went pretty well. I mean, it still was a lot of work, but it's like 2 and a bit weeks of work instead of months. The last person who did one of these major bundles had to take a month off work to make it happen. So I'm glad that was not the case this time. But yeah, it's going well.
Yeah, 992 items are a lot. What are some tips you have for people to get started once they get this bundle? What are some games they should check out immediately?
On the top of the bundle page itself, we put some of our call outs for the big games or some of the interesting games. We're also doing on the forums, we're doing a kind of games that people liked through blind tests that they found. But yeah, I mean, just poke around. There's so much stuff, but I don't know, Zero Rangers in there. Things that are cute that I don't know if they're good or not, but they sure look like they might be.
In a past episode, I very, very highly recommended a short hike. So that's
yes.
Yeah, Short Hike's in there.
Yeah, one of the best reviewed games ever is in this bundle, A Short Hike. But Celeste is here.
Demonizer in there that looks cute. It's like some sort of a shooting game where you're a demon and you're trying to turn hateful humans into lovable demons. It's pretty cute. I don't know. There's all kinds
I'm pretty
of
sure we once called Baba Is You the best puzzle game of all time, and that's in there.
Yeah, Baba Is You is in there. You got your Kingdom 2 crowns. There's Backbone, which is a side-scrolling detective HD 2D kind of thing that maybe not enough people played, so that would be interesting to take a look at. There's that Cloud What's It game about making those ruined environments. You know what I'm talking about?
Cloud Gardens?
That's the one. Cloud What's It, as they call it.
Yeah, Cloud Who's
Crosscode is in there. That's a high-end action RPG kind of thing.
Plenty of places to get started.
Wandersong, god darn.
Check out that bundle. It's the link is itch.io/b/1316/bundle-4-Ukraine.
Just search for it. You'll find it.
Search for, it'll show up. A lot of major places have covered it.
Yeah.
Here is our next question. When do you feel like a game was made specifically for you?
Oh, are we talking about Paradise Killer? I felt like Paradise Killer was made specifically for me in a way that was rude, as I think I mentioned. They were taking all the things that I privately enjoy and publicizing them, that kind of music with the light jazziness and the city poppiness, and then the vaporwave aesthetic. So that's one time. But another time is, I don't know, Valis. That's for me. Clearly, they run on rooftops.
Yeah, I was going to say run on rooftops with a sword.
Yeah.
That's Brandon.
That's for me.
There's a Loop on the third Famicom game where you do that, FYI.
I'll play it.
You shouldn't, but it's there.
I'll do it anyway.
The ROM is on Tim's Mister right now.
Tim, you played that one?
Yeah, he may be playing it this very second.
Yeah, I've played the Loop on the third Famicom game.
Nice.
I've played a couple of them. Aren't there 2 of them?
There are. Yeah. The older one is the one I'm thinking of. I don't know. I'm having a hard time. I don't know that I have the kind of brain where I go, this was just for me. I think it's been since maybe high school that I thought anything was just for me. I think the invention of the internet has shown me that there are many me's out there. I'm not special.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I feel like especially in the past couple years, I've learned that anything that I used to be the only person I knew who liked such and such thing, it turns out you can find a whole bunch of those people pretty easily.
Yeah, they just didn't go to your high school.
Yeah, they didn't go to my high school.
Wouldn't you say, Tim, that there are certain games out there for which you are best equipped to immediately have a thoughtful opinion? I feel like that sort of applies.
I mean, I don't know. That's always a very tricky a tricky slope to slip onto. It's to think that I'm like better at reviewing a certain type of game than somebody else might be.
Oh, I don't
think
mean
it's
better.
Just that. Well, yeah. Well, I know what you mean.
Okay.
It's just I don't know. Everything I've liked meaningfully enough, like for myself in the past, like for example, Dragon Quest. I always feel like Dragon Quest is my sort of way to relax, and it's just a great video game. But they sell millions and millions of copies, so it's clearly not just for me. It's clearly for those millions of people. Of whom I am just one.
But can't you feel subjectively like it's just for you, even if objectively you know it's not? Like, this moment is a moment that I'm experiencing in a way that's unique to me. Like, I felt that with Attack of the Friday Monsters, which is obviously a game that was made to evoke nostalgia for a time for specific people, and I'm not even one of those people because I didn't grow up in like Showa era Japan or whatever that was specifically about. But there are moments in there where I felt very much like the emotion that I'm feeling right now, or the vibe that I'm getting, is something that I truly am experiencing. That's how I view it. Like when you're in there and you're like, this is just me in the game for sure. Like, obviously other people, it's made for other people are enjoying it, but here I am in front of this video game having this emotion. I don't know.
I suppose I get that every once in a while. It's just I take a little umbrage with the phrasing made just for me.
Sure.
I just don't.
I don't like. I am trying to answer it honestly. It's hard for me to think in those terms, and that might be on me. It might be me rejecting high school me still all these years later. You know, it's like, no, you were just a little jerk. You weren't smarter and cooler than everyone.
High school me deserves a break. That's what I think.
Okay,
give that guy a break. He was doing his best with what he had.
He's having hard emotional times, you know?
He was just a kid.
Yeah.
He wasn't great, but you know, he got better. He's still trying to get better. He's still in there somewhere. So he deserves a little bit of a break.
I was a dirtbag and I got beat up violently a lot through all of elementary, middle, and high school by a small group of people who identified me on site and locked on. And I still don't think I don't think I deserve a break. Does that make sense? Maybe that's a little bit.
It doesn't, but I'll let it go.
I still don't think I deserve a break. I think I was a loser. I mean, it wasn't 100% my fault that I got kicked in the nuts, punched in the back of the head 8 or 9 times. It wasn't exactly 100% my fault, but I could have at least chilled out and hung out with somebody.
I mean, I don't know. I don't think there's a fault in that scenario that's particularly yours, unless you were trying to go after those people. I don't know. It's a weird framing because, like, obviously those people shouldn't be beating you up.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
All right. On a previous episode, we discussed what the Quantic Dream Star Wars game is probably going to be like. Now that we know it's on a projected 5-year timetable, I have to ask, how can we stop a major video game from ever being finished?
Wait, what is this 5-year timetable? What is this?
Yeah, it's projected to be complete by like 2027 or 2028.
Oh, good lord.
Oh, well, we could just wait out the clock. But as a little aside, some people rediscovered yesterday that David Cage did the music for that Speedy Gonzales game on the Genesis, like Cheesy something something.
Cheesy Catastrophe?
Yeah, something like that.
Cheese-tastrophe?
Yeah. So
I'm not going to look it up. We're just
people are
going to
enjoying
guess.
that one.
That's it's a bad soundtrack, Jerry.
So maybe one thing we could do is get David Cage inspired again to also do the music, which might slow everything down because he wants to make decisions on everything then.
Yeah, I don't know about that guy.
Oh, man. I mean, we could go the violent route, but I don't think it's in our nature. But the question isn't what would we actually do, right? It's just how might one accomplish?
Yes. How do we pull this off?
French labor laws. We could, he's had some trouble with that. We could expose some more things and get the company.
I think it's easier to poison everyone. I don't know.
Well, I don't think they should die for this.
Well, again, this is not what would we do. It's how could we accomplish.
Oh, how could we?
So purely from an objective perspective, I'm just going to murder the entirety of Quantic Dream.
Poisoning is easier.
Blow them up.
What, are they going to find another studio? Yeah.
Aliens? You could get aliens to come down and abduct them into an identical Earth where they think they're still making the game. But that doesn't happen here in our
Again,
Earth.
I think poison is easier.
We didn't say what's easiest. We said what's best. And I think that aliens abducting them to an Earth 2 is best.
Well, in that scenario, when it's done, I want a copy. I want the only copy on our Earth.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
The rarest video game.
And then you can preserve it and not let anyone have it, though.
Yeah, that's what preservation is. Yeah.
That's what it is. That's what I've heard.
Just letting everybody know, don't worry, somebody's got it. Is that what it is?
Someone is on the case.
Yeah.
Somebody owns it. Don't worry. You don't have to.
In reality, though, there's probably some dirt. We could make the dirt more exposed, right? Like we could double down on that.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't really seem to do much the first time, as good as the reports were. I mean, Dean Takahashi did really good damage control with his article for them. So. Did you see that one?
I didn't. I was just imagining it.
It's just like, it's exactly what you're imagining, except worse, because he's like, he only talked to people at the studio. He talked to like employees that David Cage like brought to him to say like, no, everything's cool. And like they invited him out to the studio to hang out and stuff. And he put that in the article.
Oh my God.
Nothing gets the journalists, you write nice stuff about you, like just inviting them to hang out, right? Is that the thing? You want to come, hey, dude, you want to hang out? They'll write anything. You just use the words hang out. You want to hang out? I met David Cage once. Did I tell you guys this?
I don't know.
What was that like?
It was weird. It was apropos of the game the Detroit Become Human. And it was shortly after the stuff came up. And I attended, as the video guy, I attended to watch a demo presentation of the game and then be given some video footage that I could use to make some sort of unpaid promotion for them. They let me bring another person, and since we didn't really have another person in the video department, I did opt to invite and bring the journalist who was investigating the stuff.
Oh, hot darn.
And it was very funny to bring the question up while David Cage was in the middle of a moving robot detective or whoever he is around on the screen. And to have him just like completely ignore it, and then have the PR person point out, how shiny the desk surface was or whatever. So those tactics won't work. So I think definitely go with the poison.
Yeah, the poison seems to be the way.
That's the way.
I think you don't have to kill him. You just make him like really, really sick.
Yeah. For 10 years.
Give him really bad diarrhea.
You could put a hex on him where if he gets near a video game or thinks about a video game, then he gets really ill.
You could tell Microsoft to acquire them and then cancel it.
Oh yeah, that's a good.
You
could just give him an idea for another game.
That's true.
That's basically poison.
Are you kidding? All of these ideas are from his brain. He doesn't listen to other ideas.
Well, no. Well, what you do is you fabricate a whole bunch of enthusiasm for David Cage to do something original
with some other IP, like something kind of weird. Like
not even an IP. Just be like, we wish David Cage would make games about little girls and robot racism again, or whatever. Yeah. And then you just have millions of people signing a fraudulent change.org petition. He seems like the kind of guy who would believe a change.org petition.
You could also probably pay like whoever's still alive from the French New Wave, one of those directors or journalists, to be like, I would love to work with David Cage on a game because he's the auteur of video games. And so then
he would drop everything for that.
He'd drop everything. He'd have to do it.
Yeah, it would be really funny. But you would want to do this about 3 years into the development of the Star Wars game. So that you could then cat burglar into the office and just blow up the source code.
Yeah.
So that, just to make double sure.
That he doesn't double back to the project.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that never gets
That's
finished.
the only way to be sure. All right, I think we've solved it. And this is absolutely actionable plans that we've developed here. We'll be right back after a quick break.
Poison.
Goodbye. Poison.
There's teens from this high school, and they clearly don't go to school in person every day, but when they do go to school in person, they have to all walk by my house twice, or at least twice. Sometimes it feels like they're come in shifts or something. They come back for lunch and some stuff, but the corner of this house seems like a place that people really like to hang out and shriek, which I guess is what the teens do. And fair enough to them, but they're doing it right now. In case you can hear any teens going, "Wah!"
Can't.
Okay, good. Sometimes they're surreptitiously smoking marijuana joints.
And screeching, or
No, usually then they're very, very quiet. But it's funny to watch. Like, I'm not trying to watch them. They're just right outside my window. And it's funny to watch people really, really trying to be sneaky when they're in full view of me. Like, I can sure see everything that they're doing. But they're like, yeah, I'm just going to sneak back here. I'm like, okay, buddy. That's my teens report.
All right, welcome back to Insert Credit. It's time for an overdue return to Violence Island.
Violencia.
Poison.
This is the segment where we take matchups suggested by our community at forums.insertcredit.com of video game and video game adjacent personae, decide who would win in a violent match between them, and then pair up the survivors until only one remains, and then retire that champion from the island forever, ? Our first match is Gabriel Belmont from Castlevania Lords of Shadow versus Franziska von Karma from the Phoenix Wright video games.
So Von Karma, she's got a whip.
She's got a whip.
Oh, that one. Okay, got it.
Yeah, and bluish purplish hair. And Gabriel Belmont is in the bad Castlevanias.
He's in the bad Castlevanias, yes. He's the worst of the Belmonts.
Wait, are they bad? Have you played them?
What? Yeah.
Have you played them?
Not long enough to have extremely detailed opinions about why they're bad, but long enough to feel like they were bad.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, I've played them long enough to feel like I guess I could kind of enjoy them. Let's not forget, many years, everyone just called the Nintendo 64 Castlevanias utter trash.
It's
true.
true.
They have been reevaluated somewhat recently.
You know, what I would say more than bad is mediocre.
Listeners deep into the future, after the Lords of Shadow games have been reevaluated as some kind of masterpieces, that's Brandon Sheffield said that, not me.
I think people like them already.
I don't like them either, but I'm not the one who flatly just called them the bad Castlevania.
Yeah. Badstlevanias.
I've played about 3 hours of them. Anyway, that's enough of that. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Who's the other person?
Franziska von Karma from the Phoenix Wright games.
I don't know who that is. I've only played them in Japanese.
She's the one with the whip. We're pairing two whip users.
Oh, yeah, two whip users. Yeah.
I mean, Von Karma's cooler, but Belmont killed Dracula.
He killed Dracula, and he's in 3D. I don't know. He's in 3D. You got fast, hot action.
I mean, as much as I prefer Von Karma, I have to say that she gets defeated with words by Phoenix Wright, who's by all accounts a bumbling doof. So I think we got to go with the Belmont on this one.
Here's my argument for Von Karma. Von Karma regularly intimidates Phoenix Wright. And Phoenix Wright is in those Marvel vs. Capcom games, so by the transitive property, he's as powerful as Magneto or Cyclops.
Okay.
That is true. Wait, which one is Phoenix Wright? I've only played those games in Japanese.
Are any of the Belmonts in Marvel vs. Capcom?
Why would a Belmont be in
Marvel vs. Capcom and Konami? Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little Konami.
Yeah.
Just a taste.
Is he in a Smash Bros or something? Is it Belmont?
Yeah, he's in there.
Right. Ryu is in Super Smash Brothers with the Belmonts. So if Ryu is equal to the Belmonts, and Ryu is equal to Phoenix Wright, and Franziska is able to beat Phoenix Wright, then that would make Franziska superior to the Belmonts, wouldn't it?
But she doesn't.
I don't care. She lost.
She doesn't physically defeat him.
She intimidates him with her whip.
But he always wins.
Well, then you just press the X button and he whips her and she dies.
Yeah, fair enough. All right. Gabriel Belmont's our winner.
Yeah, even a lesser Belmont is
Still
if you
a
were a
Belmont.
lawyer, you wouldn't want to meet even a lesser Belmont in the
No.
in an alley.
Our next match is the Raving Rabbids versus the Rub Rabbits.
Oh God.
Are the Rub Rabbits actually? So the Rub Rabbits are actually people, right?
Yeah.
So
But what do they do in the games, the Rub Rabbits? Are they the ones who like set
They
up?
yell, they scream.
yeah.
Wait,
thought
what are we
they
talking about? We're
were
talking about
kinda-
rub rabbits or
Yeah, I
raving
think the Rub
rabbits?
Rabbits are in love is their thing.
Yeah, and then the Raving Rabbits, they can do all kinds of stuff. They got guns. They're very annoying. They got
They're
big
basically
eyeballs.
minions,
They're
right? I
minions.
mean,
Yes.
yeah.
The Raving
so-
Rabbits convinced god darn steel-toed boot wearer Super Mario to pick up a god darn gun.
That's right.
Meanwhile, Rub Rabbits couldn't even save Yuji Naka's life.
That's right.
So, I don't know.
Yeah, it's the rabbits.
I'm
Call
going
it-
toward
call
the
it what it
rabbits.
is.
Rabbits got all kinds of weapons, and yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
And they're so
Mario
annoying.
never cared to pick up a weapon. He was like Batman, no guns, for years. And he saw one of those guys and immediately picked up a hot piece.
yeah.
So,
Oh, yeah.
After
This
so many
cannot
years of
stand.
living in New York, it's impressive it took that. That's what it took.
yeah, well, his wrench was enough. Get out of here, he'd say with the wrench. And
That's right.
then he saw those rabbits and went, oh no!
Yeah.
And that was it. Guy was
All right,
goblinized.
I think that's a definitive victory for the Rabbids.
Stupid rabbits. We should sick them on David Cage.
Yeah, there you go.
They're French,
That's
right?
another way.
Put them into his games.
Our next
Yeah.
match is Linkle versus Bowsette.
Ah, shoot. I hate to say this way, but Linkle's hot as heck. So
Also, Bowsette doesn't exist, right? In real
Bowsette's
life.
not official.
Yeah.
She does represent the power of the people, though.
That's true. No, that's a good point.
Yeah, she was willed into existence, right? But that's what people want.
We're talking about Linkle of Linkle Liver. Oh, okay.
No,
So
Linkle is a female Link character.
Okay, so I thought we were talking about Linkle Liver Story, the Saturn game. That's where my brain. immediately went.
I like that game a lot. I was just playing that game last week with my retro bit wireless Sega Saturn controller, 2.4G wireless. Jerry, good game. One of my
Okay,
favorites.
so neither of them are real. Oh wait, no, Linkle is real.
No, Linkle is real. She is a canonical female Link for the Hyrule Warriors games.
Okay, and she's got two crossbows.
Link can defeat both Bowser and Peach, like no problem. I think so.
That's
therefore,
Yeah.
true.
Linkle.
That's true.
Yeah, what does a sword person do if not slay dragons?
You've
right?
got
So-
you got a female version of a villain designed to be defeated, and then you have a female version of a hero designed to win. So I think we got our answer.
Mhm.
It's Linkle.
Yeah. Also, they really should just let you play as Linkle. They should, in the regular Zelda games, there should just be a female option. Have you ever seen how weird people get when someone says you should be able to pick female Link? People
Yes.
get all weird about it. It's like, oh, he has to be male because he's a boy rescuing her. It's like, nah, man, just let him be a girl. Who cares?
All right. I will say that according to the Super Smash Brothers community's tier lists, Peach is considered an A+ character, while
Yeah.
Link is merely an A character.
Uh-oh.
However,
no.
Bowser, I believe, is considerably lower, so it averages
Oh, well,
out.
we need to just take the average of Bowser and Peach there for that one. That's a scientific way to settle that. And we assume Linkle is identical to Link, right? So
Yeah, fair enough. Okay,
Mhm.
our next match is Geese Howard versus Untitled Goose.
oh, Geese versus Goose.
I'm gonna be honest. Well, why wouldn't I be? I hate when people say that. Why did I do it? Anyway, Geese Howard. He's got energy waves. He's been killed a couple times and brought back. That goose is just a goose.
Goose has never had to like fight someone, as far as we know. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
it's
gonna
Geese
say,
Howard easily.
people were all about the goose. They were talking about the goose on the street. They were talking about the goose on TV.
Yeah.
Right? We're all talking about the goose. We love the goose. The goose is hilarious. He's funny because he stole a kid's glasses. He sat on a guy's sandwich. He took a dump in a lady's soup, or whatever it is the goose does that we just think is so impetuous, right? So cute and charming. But he doesn't ever have to deal with any kind of real conflict. And I think Geese Howard, Rocky can catch a chicken.
Yeah.
We've all seen Rocky. Geese Howard can turn that goose into a coward. I think he can wring that goose's neck. And I do actually think definitively the Untitled Goose. Now, we haven't specified this for any of the other battles so far, though for this one I think it's important to note that the Untitled Goose will die. It does die in this contest.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm a vegetarian, right? So I wouldn't eat him. But I would actually want to hang out with the person who did.
Yeah, the Untitled Goose is banned from all future matches, but is not on the shadow banned list.
Definitively
banned
dead.
because of being
Definitively dead in the Violent Island universe.
Dead and eaten. Geese Howard and Terry Bogard would come together to enjoy a Christmas goose.
That's right.
Rock would show up and be like, which one of you is my real dad? And that's how it would be.
Yeah, and then they would just start asking each other who's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's time for our semifinals. Gabriel Belmont versus the Raving Rabbids.
Oh, well, one thing that Lords of Shadow does, quote unquote, well, is you just kind of really rip up a bunch of dudes at a time.
Yeah.
You just kind of devil may cry in a bunch of dudes. So those Rabbids, however, Gabriel Belmont specializes in the extermination of creatures Transylvanian, Romania adjacent, and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how he deals with the culture shock of fighting against something so French as a rabbit.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the thinking process is there.
I also just feel like, I don't know, it's a multiple man situation. I feel like rabbits are infinite. I think that I'm going to have a hard time thinking anything can defeat the rabbits.
Yeah, they're so multitudinous, and there never appears to be
right.
an end to them.
And they're scary, man. They're really scary.
And they have guns.
Yeah.
They're basically the Flea Man from Castlevania. Like, I can handle a Flea Man or two in Rondo, right? I can handle a couple of them. It's just, if you were to put me in a room with, like, a video game console CPU permitting, something like 300 of them,
Yeah.
I'd probably I'd fill my trousers, dude. I'd fill my pants.
Yeah, so I think it's rabbits.
I think it's the Rabbids. Our next match is Linkle versus Geese.
It's a tough
All right.
call. Geese has those energy blasts.
Wait, who's Linkle again? Is she from the
It's just
game
Link.
of Linkle Liver Story? That was my joke.
That's right. Obviously.
So Linkle's got bow and arrow. Linkle's got a sword. Linkle's got what? I don't know. Bombs. Yeah. I mean, Geese is done.
I don't know. Geese is older and more combat experience and energy waves.
I'm going to tell you what holds Geese back. It's those Aikido pants.
Yeah, you could trip on those real easy.
Less mobile.
Okay, all right.
He's going to trip and fall on his face and go, ooh, and get stabbed in the back. He's going to
fall off a
finished.
building, is what he's going to do.
That's
And
fair.
Linkle's going to go, yay! And he's done.
So Linkle has defeated Geese Howard, but can she defeat the Raving Rabbids?
What is?
That's a good question.
What is an anime character's favorite letter? A?
That's actually 2 letters in Japanese, but yes, I know what you mean.
Yeah. You said so. It's rabbits and Linkle now.
Rabbids versus
That's right.
Linkle.
That's our finale.
Man, it's probably still going to be the rabbits.
I think so too.
Those rabbits are bonkers. They're a bunch of idiots.
Linkle was in the Hyrule Warriors thing, which is a
That's
Muso
right.
game, so she's sort of designed to attack multiple enemies
Take
at
on
once.
millions and billions, yeah.
But
I mean, anybody versus the Rabbids is basically like, I don't know, like a Kentucky Walmart employee versus Black Friday. You know, like doorbusters.
yeah,
Those Rabbids they're a bunch of little doorbusters. That's what they are.
you don't know what they're going to
Door-busting,
do.
gun-toting Flea Men. You don't know where they've been,
They want sales.
and you don't know where they're going.
Their kids need TVs.
Yeah, they're here, and they're not happy ever.
I think I'm going to have to call it. The Raving Rabbids are our winners. And they go on to our shadow band list. Congratulations to them.
You ban those rabbits.
They deserve to be banned.
All right. If you're listening to this, I would recommend that you subscribe or review this show on any platform available to you, because that's a big help to us. You could go to patreon.com/insertcredit, where you could become a patron to submit your own topics, listen to monthly bonus episodes, get other exclusive content. If you're listening to this as it comes out, you're still in the window to get that Ukraine bundle on itch. Just look up Itch.io Ukraine bundle. You'll find it.
Not the bundle for the UK. Don't buy that one, because
No.
they don't really need any extra money over there.
You could follow us on social media for own personal updates and projects. The show is at twitter.com/insertcredit. I'm at twitter.com/AlexJaffe. Brandon is at twitter.com/necrosofty. Frank is at twitter.com/FrankZafaldi. And Tim is at youtube.com/actionbutton.
That's me.
This show is edited by Esper Quinn with music by Kurt Feldman. Once more, I'm Alex Jaffe.
I'm Frank Cifaldi.
I'm Tim Rogers.
I'm Brandon Sheffield.
And you have now saved your game.
And I just want everyone listening to this to know that for during the time that it took us to record this podcast, I obtained a gold in every B license in Gran Turismo for PlayStation 1. So just letting everybody know that. That's how long it took me. I'm a pro.